is America's coolest conservative and the future king of talk radio. 107.9 FM WBT presents The TJ Ritchie Show.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, welcome to the hottest news talk radio show in America. Whether anybody listens to it or not. Hey, if you miss any of this show, go ahead and listen to the podcast. Get every single second you can get. You can get that at tjritchie.com, TJ Ritchie, RITCHIE.com, or WBT.com. Plus all my other podcasts and stuff. You can get all that right there. All right, you got something you want to say? Speak directly to the Big Daddy of Charlotte Radio, 704-570-1079. You can call or text thanks to Liberty Buick GMC. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. This show is primarily going to be about racial issues tonight. Just want to warn you. That's the news. It seems like every big story in the news tonight that needs to be covered has to do with race relations. And I am America's leading expert on race relations. Everybody knows that. It is a big, heavy responsibility, and I don't take it lightly. I'm sipping on an espresso. All right, first of all, we're going to talk about the racial unrest between African Americans in U.S. America and the Asian Americans. You say, what? What's going on with that? Okay, well, this all stems from the not guilty verdict in the case of Chow in South Carolina. He was accused of murdering a 14-year-old African-American kid, a black kid named Cyrus Carmack Belton. We know the story. It's a big, big story. Well, once the Asian man was found not guilty, now there is a boycott of Asians going on in parts of the black community. Now, how is this boycott working? Well, first of all, it started with black people on social media videoing themselves calling just random Chinese restaurants across America and placing huge orders over the phone and having no intention of ever going and picking up the orders. Just, they let an Asian guy off with a not guilty plea for shooting and killing a black teenager. So this is how we're going to react. We're going to call a Chinese restaurant in Idaho, place an order for about $300 worth of food, and then stick them with the loss. Okay, that was one. So then a video went viral of a Chinese fella who's a young, looked to be a young urban troubadour, wearing a flat bill hat, the whole thing. And he was saying to black people, go ahead and boycott Asian businesses, and you won't get this. You know how that goes. Boycott Asian businesses. You won't be getting your nails done. You won't be getting your Chinese food. You won't be getting this. You won't be going to the convenience store to buy this and this that you can walk to in your neighborhood. All of these kinds of things. So now there's an uproar, as you can imagine. So here is the thing. I've been keeping up with all of this because that's what I do. And as you can probably see coming, who gets dragged into the middle of this? who had no dog in this hunt whatsoever. That's right. White people are getting dragged into this. I'm going to play a couple of clips for you here of what I'm talking about, and then I'll set the record straight. Here is a young man speaking out to his followers on social media.
White people know that they're different type of whites. All of the Asians know that they're different type of Asians. All of the Hispanics know that it's different type of Hispanics. But once my get on here and say, yeah, I understand that all the blacks is different, but right now we need to stick together like everybody else does when it's time for them to stick together.
Okay. Black people need to stick together like everybody else does when it's time for them to stick together. Okay, here's another one.
That Asian bigot came on and said that if we were to boycott Asian establishments, that basically they'll stop, they'll close their laundromats, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's the point. The point is for you to close out your establishments. Because let me just say this first and foremost. Black people, first and foremost, it's a huge assumption to believe that black people aren't resourceful enough to be able to do these things. We were doing these things before there was actual laundromats, okay? We've always been resourceful. And let's not pretend that Asian establishments would not be able to thrive the way that they are thriving if it wasn't for the business that black people give to them. Because we all know that in predominantly white communities, aside from the Chinese restaurants, white people would never allow a bunch of Asian establishments to come and infiltrate their area. Absolutely not. And most white areas, they have their own stores. They do their own things. And we need to really take a page from their book. But first and foremost,
okay. So the Asians and black people are at odds with each other. Why are they throwing white people in it? We need to stick together like they do. Are you kidding me? When in the hell do white people stick together in race issues? Ever? What are you talking about? Are you insane? Do you just have to drag white people into every fight? We didn't do a thing in this. We need to stick together like white people do. What? The white liberal is the most racist person of the most racist group of people in U.S. America, probably. Because of the way that they pander to and pity other races. They're not, white people are not banding together. And as a matter of fact, white people don't do that. We don't sit around and get with each other and go, oh, hey, you see what's going on with that Asian family down the street? We need to make sure that doesn't happen around. We don't want any of the Asians coming around here. No. I don't know where. Do y'all even know any white people? I don't think they do. I don't think any of these people that get on social media and start yapping about race and how downtrodden everybody is and how white people are doing this and white people do that and white people eat black people. That's one of the things that's going around now. You don't even know any damn white people. I have come to that conclusion that if you're on social media and you're yapping about white people doing this and white people doing that, you don't know any white people. You can't even say some of your best friends are white because you don't know any. The only white people you know are the ones that other people tell you about, and they tell you stories that's not true. The only white people you know are these crazy liberals that run around trying to assuage their white guilt, running around trying to make sure that nobody thinks that they're racist. They're trying to make sure that everybody knows that they have moral authority over the other white people that you've been hearing all these terrible stories about. We prove it night after night after night on this show that everything you think about white people and what white people do to keep black people down is not all white people. It's Democrat white people. We prove night after night on this show that you are sadly mistaken when you think that the Republicans are the racist party. That's the Democrat Party. So white people are the we are the group that sticks together the least. What are you talking about? Go get to know. How about you get to know some white people? How about that? How about you get to know white people instead of making all these prejudice opinions about us? You always got to drag white people into everything. Anytime you need a bad guy, you're dragging white people into it when you don't even know what you're talking about. Half of you don't know what you're talking about. The other half is just using it for propaganda. You know, race hustlers. Demonize the white people. Because you're not capable of coming up with any other arguments. It's your go-to because it's easy. It's your go-to argument. It's your go-to example. It's your go-to everything because it's easy in U.S. America in 2026. Be better. Do some research. Get to know a white person. Or how about get to know a few white people? But white Republicans, white conservatives, to hell with the white liberals. White liberals are not going to do minority people any good. So don't judge us by them. All right, so we got a lot of this coming up tonight. It's going to be fun. If you got something to say it. 704-570-1079. You got to take a break. More coming up next. Hang on.
The realest your radio has ever been. TJ Ritchie is on Charlotte's FM News Talk 107.9 WPT. Hear him on the radio and podcast. Watch him on YouTube. Like and subscribe to all social media platforms at tjritchie.com and WBT.com. Now back to TJ Ritchie on 107.9 FM WBT, Charlotte's FM News Talk.
Welcome back to the best radio show that nobody listens to, with the most famous and legendary active radio personality in Charlotte, America's #1 radio has-been. The realest in the business. Crank it. 704-570-1079. 704-570-1079. It's 1079. 704-570-1079, living paycheck to paycheck. See, what happens is people tell me they like my Bernie Sanders impression, and I got to be careful that I don't do it too much. Because, you know, I'm like a clown. The more you laugh, the more I want to keep going. It's adrenaline. They laughed. I'm going to keep going until I ruin it. Okay. Now, one of the big stories in Charlotte is this video that has gone viral of the confrontation on the light rail, which is, I mean, shocking to begin with, that there would be any type of a dangerous situation on public transportation. The light rail, oh my God. Knock me over with a feather. Luckily, nobody was hurt in this incident. It's a young man with a knife, confrontation with somebody else, and then this video of this woman stepping in between the man with the knife and another guy and just screaming, yeah, do you want to go to jail? Do you want to go to jail? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, just going berserk, causing the guy with the knife to go away, to stop. So thank God nobody was hurt. But it also proves one of my theories, and that is that men will do anything to get away from a screaming at woman. That guy would have probably rather been stabbed himself than to sit there and listen to that woman screaming in his face. Ladies, you got quite a weapon. You do. We as men cannot take a woman screaming. We just can't handle it. Every time I'm at an event and they hand a woman a microphone, I tense up because I'm just praying she doesn't start yelling into that microphone. I'm just saying, please don't let her get excited. Please don't let her get excited. And it's starting to happen more and more. You know, you go to these minor league baseball games, and the host person goes around, does all the games in between innings, and, you know, gets the crowd hype and everything. They're giving women that job more and more, and it's, you know, you know what I'm talking about, and you ladies know as well. You get that high-pitched woman scream into a microphone, it's just like, ugh. It doesn't bother women. It doesn't, because it's something, and I have he's my ear, nose, and throat doctor, and he's brilliant, and I would say we know each other on a personal level, outside, you know, socially, a little bit. Over the years, we've known each other socially at events. He's one of the most well-respected ear, nose, and throat doctors probably in the country. His name's Dr. Tom Warren, up here at Lake Norman. A genius. I mean, a genius. And I need to ask him if there is something different in a man's ear that a woman's ear doesn't have, to where it makes it where we cannot endure the screaming of a woman. Because I want to know if it's physical or biological, or if it's psychological because of our mamas screaming at us when we're kids. We hate that. We don't want, you don't want to have your mama yelling at you. So when women start screaming, it brings back that emotional reaction. But that's, the proof is in the pudding. If you watch that video from the light rail and that woman starts screaming, that guy's got a knife in his hand, a big knife. He's like, I can't take this. I can't take this screaming. I'm out. You know what? That's what they ought to arm these robots with. And they're building all these robots to do crowd control, or they may be using them in law enforcement and things like that. Outfit them with really loud, screaming female voices. You talk about backing a crowd up, that if the crowd is a bunch of men, think about when you're looking at these videos of these protesters and everything. What drives you, if you're a guy, what drives you the most nuts? What do you sit and cringe about the most? It's when those women are out there screaming in the faces of those ICE agents, right? You're like, oh my God, how do they do it? How do they not just, with reflexes, just grab her over the mouth to get her to shut up? Thank goodness they don't. I'm not advocating that, but I'm just saying, how do they not? It's a true testament to their training. I can tell you that. All right. So I've got some more stuff here about this Asian, black boycott, blackout of Asian businesses that is afoot, which is very interesting, and we will get to more of that coming up next, so hang on.
It's the TJ Ritchie Show on 107.9 WBT, Charlotte's FM News Talk. He is Charlotte's most charmed and dangerous, always speaking the truth, whether you like it or not. It's TJ Ritchie on Charlotte's FM News Talk, 107.9 FM, WBT.
Hey, thank you so much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you so much. You are awesome. I know there aren't many of you out there, but I'm giving you as good of a show as I can, even though the audience is sparse. People say, are you telling the truth? Why are you always saying you don't have any listeners? I listen to the show. Yeah. There are a lot of listeners out there. They're crickets. But that's not my fault. That is not my fault. Because I'm doing a top-notch show that should be the highest-rated show in America, but it's not my fault if people aren't smart enough to get it. Because I'm the man. I'm the man. All right, so back to this. By the way, I am America's coolest conservative. Don't forget about that. The green-eyed patriot. Back to this boycott, what is being also called a blackout of Asian businesses because of the Chow case in South Carolina, where Chow, a man named Chow, who runs a store, shot and killed a 14-year-old black kid for trying to steal water and was found not guilty of murder. So now a lot of black people are saying boycott Asian businesses, along with calling various Chinese restaurants, just random Chinese restaurants around the country, placing big orders and then not going and getting it as a way to, to get revenge. I know. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Makes perfect sense. But I found this clip, and as a matter of fact, I don't know who this is. His name is Deontay Kyle. That's his name on Instagram, and evidently he has a podcast. He is an African-American gentleman. In this video, he got a mouthful of gold teeth up in his mouth, grilled out nicely in his wife B. No, I'm sorry. Grilled out nicely in my white tee. His grandmama hate it, but his little mama love it. But anyway, he's got his thoughts on this whole situation. And I think he has thoughts about other racial issues as well. That could be what his entire podcast is all about. I'm just going to let you. Here's the thing. I found him today. But I started following him because I think on this show, the TJ Ritchie Show, hosted by the most famous and legendary active radio personality in Charlotte, we are going to hear a lot from Mr. Deontay Kyle, because I think this is content gold for us. Okay, listen to the wisdom in this monologue.
Asians and Hispanics be on white people too much for me. Because I've seen Asian people come out in protest of black people getting reparations. Has nothing to do with them. I've seen Hispanic people come out in protest of black people getting reparations, and it has nothing to do with you. Now, I've also seen the latter, or the whatever. I've also seen on the opposite end.
Okay, he's not quite again. He's not quite clear on how to use the former and the latter. Okay, so he stumbles a little bit there, but don't judge him by that. Okay, don't judge him by that.
Scale. Some people of color in agreement that black people in America should receive reparations.
Okay, so he said, wait, hold on, let me back it up a little bit more. I'm sorry, I stopped it too quickly, and I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here. All right, let's just start it here. Okay.
Too much for me. Because I've seen Asian people come out in protest of black people getting reparations. Has nothing to do with them. I've seen Hispanic people come out in protest of black people getting reparations, and it has nothing to do with you. Now, I've also seen the latter, or the whatever. I've also seen on the opposite end of the scale, some people of color in agreement that black people in America should receive reparations, right?
Okay, so yeah, don't judge him on that either. He said agreeance instead of agreement, and he said reparations instead of reparations. But you know what he means. You know what he means. Stop nitpicking. Damn.
Claude Anderson, Dr. Claude Anderson, formulated the FBA to establish a group here in America of people that descended from slavery for the purpose of receiving reparations. And that's spiraled into whatever it spiraled to because, you know, the CIA. And everyone seems to fear a black economic stronghold or black economic power because everyone knows we don't really need them. So they tirelessly try to keep us dependent on them, and they do this systemically. And they do this through a brainwashing of sorts. So by always giving other minorities or people of color somebody to look down on, well, if black people get repaired for what's been done to us, and I would make an argument that at this point, not only reparations for slavery, but reparations for Jim Crow and reparations for the crack epidemic. Everybody seems to have an issue with the black economic independence. And I'll say this, because they understand the game. They understand that if black people start ascending economically, well, we won't be at the bottom of the totem pole, and one of y'all will. That's the only way this thing works. That's the only way this system works. It has to have somebody at the bottom. It has to have somebody to punch down on. You come over here and y'all get real fluent in the punch down game. And for whatever reason, we always seem to be the victims and we ain't did shit to none of y'all.
All right. Did you catch that, Lon? All right. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Once again, okay, let's take the fact that he's talking about black independence by getting money given to black people that they didn't earn because of something that happened 400, 500 years ago. Okay, the reparations argument. So take that out of it. And again, he has a point with a constant effort of certain people in this country keeping black people down. However, it's not white people who are looking to keep black people down and who spend every day of their lives keeping black people down. It's not generic white people. It's not Hispanic people. It's not Asian people. It's Democrat people. Hello, it is Democrat people who spend every day, as soon as they wake up in the morning, a Democrat politician starts thinking, how can we keep black people down today so that we don't lose control of them as a voting bloc? And I don't care what color that Democrat is. That color can be white. That Democrat can be black. That Democrat can be Asian. That Democrat can be Hispanic. Black and brown people, white people, Asian people, all Democrats who are Democrats for a living spend every day trying to keep black people down. So get it straight. Don't get it twisted, as the kids say. It's not white people in general. It's Democrat people. And so you talk about reparations and people coming out. What Asians? Not got nothing to do with you Asians. Got nothing to do with you Hispanics. Hey, reparations has something to do with everybody that pays taxes. Where do you think that money's coming from? If it comes. And there is no group of people in this world that would celebrate black independence, black financial independence more than conservatives. We want independence for every group. We want everybody to be self-sufficient. We want everybody to thrive financially and spiritually and emotionally and physically. We want the best for every single person in this country. If you're looking for the people who don't want that about black people or for black people, look no further than the Democrat Party. And it's not even in question. It is a proven fact. So there. Hang on. More next.
It's TJ, the green-eyed patriot, on Charlotte's FM News Talk 107.9 WBT. 11 listeners strong and holding. It's the TJ Ritchie Show on 107.9 FM. Charlotte's FM News Talk, WBT.
Oh, welcome back to Unapologetic, in-your-face conservatism with America's coolest conservative. Soy el jefe de la radio. All right, so we'll have more on this later on in the show, but the Knicks game last night was a lot of talking going on. And should President Trump be there? Should he not be there? Is he a real Knicks fan? Is he not a Knicks fan? What was the other stuff? Oh, did he get booed? He was getting booed. Yeah, there's some people booed the president. But then the boos were quickly drowned out by chants of USA, USA. But there's a clip from, I think this was Monday, of one Miss Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez. She's got, I don't know what she's got going. Maybe she's got a movie coming out or something. That's when you hear from her. That's when she goes out doing the publicity tours and she'll do interviews and stuff. And you know, she comes across as, oh, she's just so sweet. And I'm going to tell you something. I've had some experience with Miss Jennifer Lopez. When my dearly departed partner Ace and I were set to interview Jennifer Lopez one time, it was by phone. She was promoting a new album she had coming out. And we were sitting there, and it was our allotted time. We were waiting for her, and all of a sudden her publicist called and said, hey, we can't find her. We can't find Jennifer. And we're like, what do you mean you can't find her? We don't know where she is. So we'll have to reschedule. And we're like, okay. So they rescheduled for the next day. Next day she came on. And we said, what happened? Yesterday you were supposed to be on with us. They said they couldn't find you. She's like, what? I don't know. We got word that she just decided she didn't want to do it, or she was mad or something, didn't want to do it. They had to cancel all of her radio interviews for that day. And you're like, okay. But then when you see her interviewed, she's, oh, Miss Sweet, you know. Hang on just a second. I gotta reach behind me here to get something. Because if I don't get it, then I'm going to be screwed when it comes to going into the news. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna still keep talking, so I won't leave it as dead air. But I gotta find something. Where is it? I'm looking. Oh well, I can't find it. I guess I'm just gonna have to. I'm going to have to do without. All right. So never, ever have I claimed to be a professional. But anyway, I got this clip of Jennifer Lopez, and she's on a subway or some kind of a train, and she's being interviewed by a guy, and the guy is sucking up to her, and you can hear how he overreacts to something that she says, like, oh, it's just, he's just yelling and, you know, not having a normal conversation. pretending like whatever she said was just so hilarious. You know how they do celebrities. They suck up to these celebrities and all. But I thought it was interesting. He's asking her about what it means to be a New Yorker. Listen.
What's your take?
You have to be born in New York to be a New Yorker. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I know everybody wants to claim the city.
No, I know.
Everybody wants to claim our city, but you have to be born in New York. You have to be born in one of the 5 boroughs to be a New Yorker.
What is that? What is he doing? I mean, did what she said, did that warrant that type of a response? What kind of idiot is he? I know. I'm telling you, people act a damn fool over celebrities. Now, she said everybody wants to claim our city. No, not everybody. Nobody wants to claim your city. I wouldn't give you $5 for that piece of crap of a nasty, crime-ridden city. I wouldn't live in New York. I wouldn't claim New York. Nobody wants it. Only the people that are there want to claim it. And look, if you're living in the South now, because I know a lot of you New Yorkers have moved to the South, and I know you're down here now. So just let me say, congratulations on making it out. Because you know yourself, you didn't want to, you couldn't stay in that city and support yourself and live and thrive in life. That's why you had to come down here. So don't be getting all mad at me for saying that nobody wants New York. You didn't even want it because your ass is here. Just be honest about it. Just be honest. Oh, no. Hang on. More coming up.